I was one of these people that grew up with all of the stuff that Aardman did, from Creature Comforts through to the Wallace and Gromit films, and so I feel like over the generations I got to see all their different work and was always completely seduced by it. I find it so funny. Doug is a super plucky, incredibly friendly dreamer of a caveman, and he lives in the valley with his troop of cavemen, of which Bob Nara is kind of in charge. They are lively and eccentric and fun and wonderful, but they're not particularly ambitious. Whereas Doug is aiming for the stars. He believes they can hunt things that are bigger than rabbits and maybe even one day aspire to mammoth. But he's sort of kept in place by Bob Nara and told not to aspire too hard. But he will not take no for an answer. With the way that Nick works, you have a script to start off, you have a sense of what the story is, but the script is a movable feast. So you go in and you have maybe 5 or 6 sessions over a 2-year period, in which in each session you'll just do a little chunk of the script, and you find the character. You've seen drawings of what the character's going to look like before you start. You've seen a little model of what Nick wanted Doug to be, but you kind of find the character with him, and Nick is in there in the booth with you, and he has such a vision. He's this amazing hybrid, Nick Park, of being like the kindest man you've ever met. He has like the most generous spirit, with this beautifully clear vision of exactly what he wants. I'd seen Nick growing up watching him win Oscars, and and those amazing award speeches that he would give, and you see him interviewed, and he's the most affable, gentle man. And he is so disarming when you spend time with him. But the most wonderful thing is he's a passionate man, and he knows exactly what he wants. The sets, the intricacy of the sets, all of the thousands of different Doug models, all the different scales of them, thousands of different mouths. So basically every time that Doug's facial expression would move, they have a box still filled with hundreds of his mouths in different expressions, and then they would take out his mouth and then put this one in and then mould it back into place, and it was amazing. All of the process was just amazing. What I love about Aardman films and Nick Park films is they hit something so in the core of you that it appeals to every single age. So from my parents to my grandparents, my grandma is hugely excited about this film, down to my nieces and nephews and godchildren. There's something in it that is so honest, so uncynical, just so damn funny. Nick's so clever with his casting of voices, because across the board they're just so brilliant. I thought Tom Hiddleston was so funny, this kind of a low baddie. Maisie doing a Swedish accent. It was like my worst nightmares to be told to do a Swedish accent. If I was told to audition for a character with a Swedish accent, I would make a very good excuse as to why I was unable to attend the audition. But in the Tribe, Richard Ayoade, I mean, that oh, it's pointy line is perhaps my favourite line in the film. To Johnny Vegas, just like these characters, just voices that are so filled with vibrancy and character. To Miriam Margolyes, who comes in at the end and has that sort of extraordinary raspy voice. But I think Rob Brydon as the messenger bird / commentators shows off a versatility that I definitely could aspire to. You see literally the fingerprints of the model makers, and I love that there's a moment in this film when Rob Brydon, who's totally ingenious as the messenger bird, and actually I think Miriam Margolyes as the queen, whenever they go to sort of grab Lord Newth, Tom Hiddleston's nose, you see the sort of you literally see the finger marks left in his nose. I kind of love that. It was wonderful getting to work with Maisie. I think she's such a good actor, and she turned up with her character so fully formed, and they have such a cool relationship, I think. And so, and also because when we were making the film, we only generally you were in a booth by yourself. It was kind of pretty rare to get a moment to actually work with another actor. So I loved it. It was great.